What's up, y'all? It's Jimmy coming guys with another video. Before we get into the video, as always, make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. And when you guys hit subscribe, please make sure you guys are hitting the notification button. So getting right to the video, you guys might have heard already, LV, Nike, Virgil Abloh, Off-White are gonna do a crazy collab between the three. And I think this is a very interesting and groundbreaking collab. Yes, none of the shoes are like a new model or anything crazy like that, but you guys have to consider Virgil Abloh, the streetwear designer from Chicago, is able to bring these two massive giants. You have LV and Nike coming together, kind of really working behind him to give us all these products. And at the end of the day, if you look at it, whether you hate the shoes or not, I think that is extremely inspiring for all of those that, you know, trying to do anything really. It doesn't even have to be sneaker, streetwear related. Just being able to see someone, like you're witnessing someone really pursue their dreams, what they're passionate about. So I think that speaks for itself. But getting back on track, Virgil, Nike, LV are dropping a bunch of pieces. Of course, the main pieces being a bunch of Air Force Ones in the collection. These Air Force Ones range from high tops, low tops, mid tops. I mean, there's a bunch of different patterns, colors, and they all reminisce and they all look very similar to the Off-White Air Force Ones that came out. So a lot of the themes and patterns that we've seen already on the Off-White Air Force Ones, but now there's just a bunch of LV monogram thrown on them. And a lot of people might say, yo, that's just so uncreative, that's so tacky. You guys gotta look at it from the inspiration from Virgil Abloh. Like I hate to sound like I'm just like defending him right now to everyone that's criticizing his work, but his inspiration behind this collection was, I think the person's name or the designer is called Dapper Dan. So I don't know exactly what era he was in. I believe maybe the 80s, the 90s, but what he did was really, I guess I want to say, influential for the bootleg culture. If you guys don't know, I won't go too in depth, but the bootleg culture is essentially when you had a bunch of these different, I don't know if you can call them designers really, but they took a lot of these like LV, Gucci, Coach products and did products of their own. Hence why they're not necessarily fakes, right? Because it's not like he took an LV bag and remade the same exact LV bag. He took the material from that real LV bag and repurposed it into, let's say, like a hat or like a wallet or like a pillow, something along those lines. So that's the difference between counterfeit culture, if there really is even a culture behind that, and then bootleg culture. If you guys ever see people wear like the vintage Gucci tees, those are bootleg t-shirts, right? So they're not made by Gucci and they're not even really fakes. They're just bootlegs that were made in the past. And that's the inspiration behind this whole collection. If you guys look at it, you guys will see there's kind of like this like 80s, 90s bootleg feel to this whole collection. And whether or not you like it or not, I mean, Virgil's doing his thing with LV and Nike. So, I mean, that's just for us to consume. But enough of me talking, let's take a look at the actual collection. So this article right here is by High Society, LV x Nike Air Force One, Virgil Abloh unites giants. So there's a couple of pieces. There's like suitcases, sneakers, jackets. Of course, everyone is going to be looking at the sneakers, but here's the first one we have. So I've taken a look at all the shoes already. They all have very simple color blocking. There's nothing too crazy. I mean, if you guys look at this Air Force One right here, there's basically, if you guys take a look at this Air Force One right here, I mean, it's very simple, right? The only thing that's really different on this, or I guess really all the models, is the fact that there's like LV monogram, whether it's on like the toe box, the side panels, there's just different color monograms on the shoe. So this is the first pair here. I mean, I think this looks pretty fire. I don't think it's gonna be worth the price point. At least in my opinion, you know, like me, I like to spend things on a budget, or at least shop on a budget. So I don't think these are gonna go for like your typical 100 to, let's say, 220 retail. I think these are probably gonna be within at least the 500 range. You know, with the LV material on them. I don't know if they're gonna be made in Italy, because that's typically where all LV products are made. If I'm not mistaken, there might be some made in China, but from what I know, I think they're all made in Italy. But that's the first pair there, and then going down, you have the second pair here, which I'm not a fan of, but I do think a lot of people do like this pair, just because it does have all of the classic LV colors. that brown, and then the gray, and then like the cream, and then the black midsole. For myself, I've just never liked black midsoles on any shoes. It doesn't have to be an Air Force, just black midsoles were kind of But going down, you have a blue pair, same color blocking as the orange pair. You have, I mean, just from this whole thing, where you have some pants, a jacket, a black pair. I think the black pair might be the best just because of how simple it is. I mean, it's basically like the panda colorway for the dunks. And then this one here is a little bit more different. I mean, the whole collection itself is very crazy, very loud, right? It's not for your everyday consumer. You know, it's not for me, maybe it's not even for you. Like, we can like certain pieces, but just looking at these pants and then the tops that go with these shoes, I mean, that's not something that an everyday person is gonna wear on the street. And then you guys can see, I said the colors and then the materials weren't that crazy, but this pair right here is actually a little wild. So the bottom kind of gives me like that NYX blue and orange feel, and then the upper looks like it's like a shiny metallic, something along those lines. I'm not the biggest fan of those, but I mean, to each their own right. And then the next pair, kind of a very wild colorway, black midsole again, and then the uppers consist of like 3 different materials with that LV monogram in the back, and then a hit of forest green. I actually think these aren't too bad. I'm not the biggest fan of the silver toe box, but I think it's a lot better than that previous pair. And then going down, I think this will probably be the most sought after pair in the collection. I mean, if you look at this shoe, it's just very iconic, right? Everything about the shoe screams like, it's like the perfect combination of like, okay, you know this is a Nike Air Force One, you recognize the LV pattern, the monogram, and then you see the Air in quotation, so you know it's off-white Virgil. So yes, the shoe itself is nothing crazy, but I mean, it really does a good job, in my opinion, of showing all 3 brands. And then going down, you do have a pair of mid tops. I think these are actually pretty nice. They do look a little bit basic or a little too normal in my opinion, but not too bad of a pair of shoes. And going down, I think that is the same orange pair we saw in the first picture. You can see those socks right there are absolutely crazy. The yellow pair is pretty fire. It looks like a canary yellow almost. If I had to go for, I mean, so far, if I had to pick between all the pairs, I would probably pick between either the yellow or the black pair. This mid-top pair is pretty fire, so I don't know if they're all gonna come with this like airbrush graffiti design. You know, like I said, right, Virgil's inspiration behind this was like 80s, 90s, like bootleg culture. And I'll say this is something you definitely saw, in my opinion, maybe the early 2000s, late 90s. I don't know if they were really doing this in the 80s, but it's cool to see like this little homage to that era of streetwear on this collection. And going down, you have a suitcase, crazy blue jacket. All of this will be heavily out of my price point, so I won't even be bothering to cop this. But with this right here, I will say it's a little confusing where Nike stands in this collection, at least with the suitcases. You know, maybe with the jackets, they're using some type of Nike material that I just don't know about. With the suitcases though, I don't really see the connection. And then going down, you have those Air Forces again. I think those might be maybe the second most sought after pair, because that airbrush design is absolutely crazy. And then you have a red pair. I think that's your first time seeing those. Another brown suitcase, crazy jacket. You have a duffel on the side. Like I said, I don't know if Nike has any affiliations to the duffels or if it's just the shoes. But this pair here, looking at that, that is a different pair that we haven't seen up top. That looks like it's made out of a bunch of suede. Color blocking on this actually looks pretty clean, so definitely another clean colorway in the collection. And going down, this is a little interesting, just seeing those 2 X's. I mean, I'm gonna sound like a hypey saying this, but it does remind me of KAWS, right? Whenever you see those 2 X's, I can't help but think about the KAWS eyes, so that's something that reminds me there. I don't know if there's any connection. I'm pretty sure there's not, or else they probably would have mentioned it. But we saw those Air Forces already. There you have the yellows, absolutely fire. I mean, the overall cuts and just everything on the shoe, like, it makes me want to say I'm pretty sure these are made in Italy. Just based off of the shape and the construction of the shoe, it doesn't look like your typical Air Force One. And who am I to say, right? I'm just looking at pictures, but I feel like they would go the extra mile to make these made in Italy. Then you have your blue pair, your green pair. So I guess that's it for this collection. There you have that yellow pair again. Some more close-ups. I think this is like a repeat. Okay, yeah, so it was a repeat of all those pictures, but I'll make sure to link to the article down below in the description if you guys are interested in checking out these shoes a little bit deeper for yourself. Like I said, I think these are, you know, very basic, very simple, but there's an inspiration and reason behind all these shoes that we only know the surface level at, right? We don't know the thought process behind the designers at LV, Nike, Virgil. You know, they sat down at a table and they really hashed this out. But nonetheless, like I said, I think it's a very dope collection. I think just the idea of what Virgil is doing and what he's able to do now as a designer is very inspiring. Will I be trying to copy these for myself? Definitely not, just considering how expensive they are going to be. You know, the thing is, I think they're going to be very expensive, but reselling them might be absolutely crazy as well. We saw that with the Dior Air Jordan 1s. You know, they went for about like 2,000, but they go for like 10,000. So good way to flip your money if you guys do have the type of extra money to spend on shoes. There is no release date for these yet, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. I did just want to do like a little discussion videos for you guys. I saw all these picture surfaces and I was like, yo, gotta talk to the people about these shoes because these are absolutely crazy, and I'm sure a lot of people have mixed feelings on them. But that's gonna wrap up the video, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.